Welcome to the May 12th Peer Review Oversight Committee meeting. I'm Laura Ross, Chair of the Peer Review Oversight Committee. The CBA has provided the opportunity for the public to participate via the WebEx platform. When we take public comments, we will begin by taking public comments from those individuals attending the meeting at the CBA headquarters. I will then ask the moderator to open up the lines for public comment. You will be allotted up to 5 minutes for public comment. And I understand there's no public on the line right now.
Currently, that's true, but there could be members joining us later.
Right. So, what a point of procedure do we will go through the motions of asking right now. So, may we please open the lines for public comment?
Moderator.
Public items not on the agenda. Public comment for items not on the agenda.
Yes, this is the moderator. No members of the public are present on WebEx.
I'm sorry, I forgot to establish a quorum first. Mr. Parsons, could you please establish a quorum?
Fiona Tam.
Present.
Laura Ross.
Present.
Sharon Selleck.
Present.
Jeff DeLizer.
Present.
Fausto Hinojosa.
Present.
And Nick Peterson. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. The CBA's mission is to protect consumers by ensuring only qualified licensees practice public accountancy in accordance with established professional standards. This mission is derived from the statutory requirement that protection of the public shall be the highest priority for the California Board of Accountancy in exercising its licensing, regulatory, and disciplinary functions. Whenever the protection of the public is inconsistent with other interests sought to be promoted, the protection of the public shall be paramount. And now I'd like to ask for you to open for comments from the public.
This is the moderator. No members of the public are present on WebEx.
Is approval of the February 17th, 2023 Peer Review Oversight Committee meeting minutes. This should be in your packet that you received earlier. Does any member wish to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second?
This is Fausto. I'll second.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from our members? Seeing none, I will now open it up to public comment. Are there any members of the public at Cal CPA headquarters? No. Moderator, would you please open up for comments from the public?
No public members on WebEx.
Thank you. Mr. Parsons, could you please call for the vote?
Fausto Hinojosa.
Yes.
Jeffrey DeLizer.
Yes.
Sharon Selleck.
Yes.
Laura Ross.
Yes.
Fiona Tam.
Yes.
The motion carries.
For our next agenda item, we will now get our report from the California Board of Accountancy from our liaison, Yen C2, the Vice President.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Chair Ross and the member of the PROG. I am, again, Yen Tu, CBA liaison to the PROG committee. I will be providing a report of the March CBA meeting. At the March CBA meeting, the CBA approved a letter of support to the National Association of State Board of Accountancy, on NASPA, Uniform Accountancy Act Committee regarding the proposed amendment to the Uniform Accountancy Act model rules. The CBA supported extending the conditional credit period beyond 18 months. However, requested clarification on additional issues as the CBA considers support for a possible 24-month rolling period. The CBA also adopted its meeting dates for 2024. The CBA continued its discussion regarding challenges associated with the peer review program. This topic has been assigned to the CPC for future discussion. There's a lot of acronym going on. The CBA requested staff provide information regarding student understanding the requirements for a certified public accountant, SIR CPA, at a future meeting. The goal of the SIR CPA project is to clarify the educational requirements by implementing solutions that will provide future CPA applicants, educational institutions, professional associations, and other stakeholders with a straightforward educational requirements for CPA licensure. Next, the CPA directed staff to work with President Salazar on drafting a letter to the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or AICPA, regarding its draft pipeline accelerated plans. The CPA rescinded its prior approval and approved revised proposed regulatory text to section 41 and 50.1 regarding accounting firms that provide attested services with ownership comprised solely of CPA who have not completed the attested experience requirement. Are there any questions from the members regarding the March CPA meeting? Seeing none, I wanted to remind everybody the CPA will hold its next meeting in person at the CPA meeting on May 18, 2023. That is the end of my report. Thank you, Chair Ross.
Thank you, Ms. Tu. For our next agenda, were there comments? Were there any? Did any members have any comments on Ms. Tu's report? Moderator, are there any members of the public who would like to comment on Ms. Tu's report?
This is the moderator. No members of the public are present on WebEx.
There's also no members of the public present in person at the meeting location. For our next agenda item, we'll do a report on our peer review oversight committee activities since February 17th, 2023, and we will discuss future activities. First, we have a report on the California Society of Certified Public Accountants report acceptance body meetings and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants Peer Review Board open session meetings from member Tam.
Okay, hi everyone. So I called into the AICPA Peer Review Board open session meeting on May 3rd. May 5th or May 3rd? Sorry, I got my days confused. This was a relatively short meeting with a focus on the proposed peer review standard update, more acronyms coming. So PRSU number 1, Omnibus Enhancements and Technical Corrections. So this standard update amends the AICPA standard for performing and reporting on peer reviews. This was effective for peer reviews commencing on or after May 1st, 2022. And the changes in these PRSU include clarification to existing requirements, introduction to new requirements for consistency with similar requirements in other sections of the standards. And it also provides updates to the example familiarity threat policies and procedures. And this update, PRSU number 1, was approved by the board on the same day during the meeting. And the update is effective for reviews commencing on after June 1st, 2023, which is like next month. And there were not a lot of updates reported by the Standard Task Force, the Oversight Task Force, and the Education and Communication Task Force. So it was pretty a short meeting, and but the board also expressed concerns for peer review shortage. So I think like a lot of meetings that we go to now, we hear people concerning, about, the shortage in peer review population. And the meeting was pretty, organized, and it was like sweet and short. And I also called into a couple of the rep meetings, one on March 21st, and the other one just yesterday, May 11th. And as always, there were a lot of good discussion on findings on these reports, the peer review reports. And whenever there's like outstanding questions that the board member could not resolve, they always defer those reports until the next meeting. And their meetings is always pretty much, well run and pretty efficient, except like yesterday I called in at 9 and I was waiting until like 9:15. I actually sent them an email, is the meeting still on? Because should I just stay on? And they said, yeah, they're working on it. So eventually people call in at 9:20. So yeah, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Member Tam. We'd like to invite comments from the public. Seeing there are no members of the public here in Sacramento, moderator, can you please check for members of the public online?
There are no members of the public here on WebEx.
Are there any comments from the members of the committee on Ms. Tam's report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next agenda item. The next agenda item is the report and discussion on the peer review oversight committee of out-of-state administering entities. This period, we did the Colorado Society of CPAs and the Louisiana Society of CPAs. This report is in written form only. Would any members of the committee like to discuss the reports? Seeing none, and there are no members of the public in Sacramento, moderator, could you please check for members of the public online?
No members of the public on WebEx.
Okay. We'll now move on to our next agenda item, the report on notices posted on the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and National Association of State Boards of Accountancy's websites regarding changes and updates to the peer review program. This was done by Member Selleck and Member Peterson. You can go ahead if you have volume.
This is Sharon. I reviewed both the AICPA and the NASPA websites and did not note any significant items that would be informative for peer review oversight committee purposes to report.
Thank you.
It was an easy quarter.
I missed that. What was it?
It was an easy quarter.
Oh, easy quarter. Okay. Would any members of the committee like to comment on the report? Seeing there are no members of the public in Sacramento, moderator, could we please check for comments from members of the public online?
No members of the public are present on WebEx.
Thank you. And my computer stopped. Hang on. Moving on to our next agenda item, we'll do assignment of future peer review oversight committee roles, responsibilities, and activities. We don't have a lot this period. We do need to assign 2 members to out-of-state AE Oversight for the Missouri Society of CPAs and the New England Peer Review Incorporated. Would I have a volunteer
I'll volunteer.
for Missouri or New England?
Doesn't matter. I can do them both if you need me to.
I'm sure we can get someone else. Would anyone else like to volunteer for the other one?
This is Fausto. I'm glad to do one of those.
Did you have a preference?
No.
Okay, so.
Surprise, Miss Matt.
No, you want to, okay. So members, Deliza and, so we'll do Missouri and New England. Next, there is a CBA meeting on May 18th. It's been reduced, I believe, to just May 18th, though the agenda may say May 18th and 19th. I will be attending that, and all other committee members are welcome to attend. Now, May 25th, there is a meeting in Dana Point. It's going to be in person. Live RABs will be held there in addition to, what was the name of the meeting that it's affiliated with?
It's possible that the peer review committee, the Cal Society's peer review committee will meet at the same time.
Yeah, it'll be a live meeting of the Cal Society peer review committee, and they will break out into RABs. Do you know, we are allowed to sit in on the meeting, whoever attends? Yeah, and then someone will be able to observe a RAB live. This is coming up very quickly. It's May 25th. We'll be in Southern California. Was anyone interested in attending? Okay, we're going to leave that blank for the time being, but if you do have an interest, you can possibly work that in. And I do understand it's a more challenging meeting to get to. Okay. Do we need, we have a July 13th RAB open. Do we need any additional RAB? Okay. Okay, so we do have some RAB slots open on July 13th, but it's not an urgent need right now. We are doing plenty of RABs right now, if anyone would like to do one of those.
I think I can do it if needed.
Okay. And then the following CBA meeting, again, will be July 27th to 28th. Again, I will be attending, and members of the committee are also welcome to attend in person in Sacramento. And that's it for the assignments for this meeting. Moving
Chair
on.
Ross, actually, we missed the updates on the first page. We just need to get someone assigned to that.
Updates on the first page.
It's right above the out-of-state.
Website update. Oh, I thought that was, okay. We also have, we'd like someone to do the peer review related updates of the websites. It's the websites, right? For the August 2023 PROC meeting.
Hi, this is Sharon. I know usually I volunteer for this and I could continue, but I know you also wanted to get someone else involved. So I don't know if you want to have Nick and I again do it.
I couldn't hear what you said. Yes. Okay, yes. Yeah. That was Nick?
Sharon.
Okay.
So do you,
Sharon. Okay.
sorry, do you want to put me down for 9 o'clock on July 13th?
Sure.
Okay, moving on to the next agenda item, we are going to hear the report of the licensing chief, Michelle Center. Licensing Division Chief.
Thank you, Chair Ross. The purpose of this agenda item is to discuss the report on peer review statistical data that we get from AICPA. As you may recall, AICPA has agreed to provide the PROC with peer review related statistics each March and each August. The information provided in the report that you currently have covers the period between January 1, 2021 and December 31, 2022. Tables 1 through 4 provide information about peer reviews conducted in California firms enrolled in the AICPA peer review program. Table 5 is a new addition and contains de-identified list of all reviewers with a California address, their review types, total reviews, and percent of California reviews. So I think that's a new table we might want to hear from you all in terms of any feedback that you might have. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Chair Ross, and we can answer questions and discuss any of the data that you feel needs to have a conversation.
Would any members of the committee like to make comments on Ms. Center's report? Seeing there are no public members in Sacramento, moderator, would you see if there are any public comments online?
The moderator, no members of the public are present on WebEx.
Okay.
Did we ask a member for member comment?
Yeah. So agenda item 5B is report on the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants Peer Review Program, National Peer Review Committee, the 2021 Annual Report on Oversight, issued December 16th, 2022. This is a written report only. So are there any comments from the members of the committee? Seeing none, and there are no public members in Sacramento, moderator, could you please look for public comments online?
The moderator, no members of the public online.
Okay, agenda item 6, closing business. Do we have any agenda items for future peer review oversight committee meetings? Nothing anyone would like to add to it? Okay, seeing that, we are at item 7, which is adjournment. So the meeting is adjourned.